What do you create when you're driven by the need for change? Born out of frustration and fueled by determination, I'm about to show you guys how I brought this stunning, handcrafted wood box to life with my Onefinity Elite CNC machine, my Harvey table saw, and many other satisfying cuts to come. Today, I want to be coming clean and honest. Lately, I've been having a really tough time with business marketing, so I'm going to be stepping it up a notch. Here, I have some maple, and today, I'm going to be making a product that I think people are going to be much more likely to buy. I'm going to be making a product to smash the competition. What is that product, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. Stay tuned in and find out. So I'm going to be making a box in the shape of a Zia, and for those of you who don't know, the Zia is a cultural symbol and is also the flag for the state that I live in, New Mexico. Now if we look here on the screen, you can see the image just looks like a blank yellow square, but that is because we're doing a relief carve, and the bit is going to be going back and forth like this a few hundred times. Let's get her done. Now, from what I understand, cultural or even more personalized products are a lot more popular on the markets. So, my hopes with this product are that this cultural product will help me more with local sales rather than online sales, which also means I'm gonna have to start attending some craft shows. We just finished the three-dimensional carving and it is looking great. Feels very smooth too, I like it. All right, I have the spiral bit on there and we are now going to carve the lid out. I don't know what it is, but every time I use this spiral bit, it is such an ear piercer. So loud that I have to wear ear protection. So I turned down the volume for you guys so that it doesn't blow your ears out. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks nice. Alright, so here we have a 1/4 inch flush trim spiral, and because I cut the outer side with a 1/4 inch, all we have to do is we're going to slide it right in and cut out these little notches here. There we go. We have our Zia. Now that this is finished, if we look over here, I have a couple glue ups that I did. These were from some scrap pieces I had from other projects, and I just had them laying on this box. I don't yet have a gluing station, so I just kind of put them on this box for now. So we're going to take these and take them over to the table saw. Now it is the end of winter time and it's still a little bit chilly outside, so I do wear my sweater, but when on the table saw I always like to roll up my sleeves because you never want loose clothing around the blade as it's spinning. So we're going to roll up my sleeves. Alright, and we're going to come over here to the DeWalt planer and flatten these back out. Oops, I always forget to plug it in. This is my DeWalt planer, and I'm actually using a $600 helical head that I got from China a little bit over a year ago now, and believe it or not, I'm still using the same blades that it came with. I haven't rotated them yet. I probably will soon, but I'm pretty satisfied with how long these blades have lasted me so far. All right. Look at that. Nice and beautiful and flat. Check these out. I want to show you guys something. I have these, what are called cookies, or bench cookies from Rockler. These are only $4 a piece. Check this out. We put them on a flat surface like that. Put that on there. and it'll hold your board steady so that when you're sanding it, it's not going to be moving around. I love this thing. All right, I think that's pretty smooth for now. All right, let's clean this mess up. We're going to switch back to our spiral once again. This is actually a really good Cove bit. Diablo's a pretty good brand. I really do like Diablo bits. Now, since this project is going to be a box, I created a file. I just named it the inner lip. It's not the cutout. And that's just going to cut a kind of lip for the lid to sit on. And here it's actually going to slowly lower down because I have it set on spiral. And it lowers at a 10-degree angle. So because this is just a lip cut, we're only going to be cutting down part ways for now. I'm only cutting down 0.1 inches at a time. So it does take a few passes to reach our full depth, which is totally fine because I love watching this thing. I think it's very mesmerizing, almost like watching a fire. This is 60 IPM, 60. Once I finish the lip cut, we proceed to the next cut, which is the profile cutout, effectively separating our masterpiece from the wood. But I do make it tabbed so it doesn't come out completely. I also always try to get a few close-up shots of the wood, as you can see here. I do think it makes for a very satisfying shot. Keep in mind that when using a regular spiral, you will have to make several passes around your project to completely cut it out. So the carving of the actual box portion came out great, but I heard a little snap part ways in and it scared the crap out of me. I thought I had broken the spiral bit because that is an expensive bit. It's like $30 some, I think, something like that. And I was looking at this and this little top part just kind of snapped off, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it's not a big issue because we can easily glue that back together. Anyways, over here, I have a piece of MDF, and let me tell you what we're gonna do. Basically, this is the lid that we cut out prior. I'm gonna put it right here. Just gonna kind of eyeball the cut, make sure we have plenty of room for this piece. First off, we're gonna attach some dust collection to the radial arm saw. This is the same dust collection I use for pretty much everything. The CNC machine, the planer, and the radial arm saw. So we're gonna put this here. We're going to cut a piece that's a little bit bigger than our lid. She may be an old saw, but she's still a good one. I almost sold this thing a while back because it doesn't make precision cuts. If we look at this, I don't know how well the camera could pick it up, but you could see some saw marks on it. That's the only downside with this saw, is it's not a high precision like my table saw, but she definitely cuts. She comes in handy for really long boards. So we're gonna take this one out. She came out good. We could have cut it a hair deeper, but I mean, this is perfect. I'm gonna put that to one side for now. And we're gonna load up the MDF. Now, MDF is an extremely soft material, almost not even wood-like. You can see how easily the CNC bites through it, like cutting through butter. As a result, we're cutting through this entire sheet in record time, boosting my shop's productivity. All right, check this out. Boom. Came out perfect. All right, I'm very happy with that. Okay, so I haven't done a test fit yet. I expect it to be tight because I didn't put any extra room. It should be perfect tolerances. So I may have to do an offset if this doesn't go in. But let's go ahead and do a quick test fit and see how it goes. And it does line up perfectly from what I could see. But we are indeed gonna have to do an offset. So check this out. I thought I was gonna have to do an offset, but I was looking at it and I noticed these corners had a perfect corner. So I just took the chiseled it down a little bit, and now this thing should fit in there. Now it should be in the exact spot we need it to be in for the next carve, so let's give her a shot. Now, believe it or not, this is actually a regular straight blade. It is a Diablo Cove bit, which in my opinion is a really good bit. I actually really like this bit. It's chewing through that maple pretty dang well, and I usually like to start off really slow and then I speed up the machine just to make sure everything is running smoothly. Now, I'm running this machine at roughly 300 IPM, and if you don't know, maple is a super hard wood, so that is pretty good. Okay, now we're going to switch back to our spiral one more time. This is a wonderful bit. I really do like this Cove bit. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and cut out the lip, which is the part that allows the lid to sit on the bottom. I accidentally recorded me popping it out in a time lapse. Anyways, check that out. Such a beautiful cut. So, I'm gonna glue this piece back on in a minute, but I just wanted to do a quick test fit, and it looks like everything lines up perfectly, but the tolerances are just slightly too tight. So I'm gonna have to go back on the computer and redo the file and make this tolerance a little bit looser. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but in terms of the results, the aesthetics are absolutely incredible. I love how this box is coming out. You know, I'm really hoping that this is going to be a hit on the market. If you guys are interested in buying one of these from me, check it out at mycraftmanship.com. Link will be in the description. So I went ahead and I glued that piece back on. While we're waiting for that, I want to show you guys something real quick. If we come over here, check this out. So I have these sandpaper attachments that you attach to your drill. And basically what these do is these are actually designed for trays and mainly for catch-all trays. But you can use them for pretty much anything. You can use them for just about any hand project out there. And what's really cool about these is that they have these little tabs on the sides that just fold over. And those help you to sand the inner curved walls. Say on this project, for example, if we're sanding the inside, it'll also sand the wall around it. So I thought that was super cool, and I really do like these. These are actually a huge time saver. They take a lot of time out of hand sanding. So we got this glued back together, and I'm using the 1-inch sandpaper. This is the smallest one I have, and it fits in there perfectly. Let me tell you guys, I love this thing. This really beats having to sand that in there by hand. So we got both halves pretty much done, and I don't know if the camera will be able to see this, but I put the tiniest round over along the edges here so that it makes it a little bit easier to put together. Because of the tight tolerance, it was a little bit difficult to get it on there. So with the round over, you can see I got it on there right away, and it's fitting really nicely, and I really like it. And I did put that round over on both sides, not just one half of it. So it closes right away now. Now for the next step, I have this wood stain called Unicorn Spit. This is a gel stain, and this is really cool stuff. It's water-based, and I'm just gonna put a little bit on here because the New Mexico Zia is naturally red. So I was thinking about staining the Zia on top red just to see how it looks. I'll probably give the option for people to purchase the red or just the wood look. And this does take quite a steady hand. And as I apply the bright, vibrant stain on the maple Zia, it really starts to come alive. And lastly, we're going to put a round over on the lid. And I just ruined it. Alright, round two, let's try it again. Looks like it came out perfect. That is exactly what I wanted, aside from the little hiccup here. I know what you guys are thinking. I messed the project up, but it's actually not a big deal. That is a pretty easy fix, and I'll show you guys how to fix that in just a minute. But what do you guys think? Does it look pretty good with that round over? I think it looks awesome. So there are a couple ways we can go about repairing this little spot here. One of them is using what is called CA glue. This is the one that I like to use. And another one, you could use a wood filler like this one. This one is actually perfect for maple because the color is very similar, almost identical actually. And my last video I did CA glue for repairs, so for the sake of demonstration, we're going to go ahead and do the wood filler today, which is super quick and super simple. We're just going to open that right up, get a nice little chunk of wood filler out, and you always want to close this right away because this stuff dries up really, really quick. I'm going to take that on my finger and get it right in there. Want to make sure that you're pushing it in there so that it sticks to the inside. So just push that right in. Take off any excess that you can while still having it protruding outward. That way you can get the quickest possible drying time. And that is about it right there. So we're going to let that sit and dry for probably a few hours, although it does dry much quicker than that. All right, while we wait for that to dry, let me show you guys what we're going to do next. Here I have some polyurethane and we're going to put some finish on it. I have some tape here as well. Let me show you guys a cool little trick I learned. Alright, I have this masking tape. I have 2 more rolls hidden God knows where around this shop. And that is going to allow me to pour it without getting the can dirty. It looks like I spoke too soon. That did not work as well as I thought it was. And now I have a little secret I'm about to reveal to you guys. I contemplated whether or not I wanted to release this secret, but I think it'll be okay. I am going to mix in some mica powder into my wood finish. Most people only mix in mica powder with epoxy, but a while back I had the bright idea of trying this out with wood finishes, and you can, in some cases, make it look really good in the right project, and I think this is one of those projects. So we're going to mix in some mica powder. Now I'm going to get that and I'm just going to mix that right in real well. It mixes in pretty quick with polyurethane. Unlike epoxy, it does take a minute, but not in this case. Now for this next part, I'm actually going to apply it with a brush, and I'm going to put on some respiratory protection because the epoxy will start drying with fumes in the air, and that'll give me a headache. So I just decided to pour the finish in the center of the Zia and dip it from there. I thought it'd be quicker and easier just to apply it like that. But as soon as I started applying it, I knew that this was the right move because I am loving the way this is coming out. I think it looks stunning. And here is what it looks like, all colored and shining in the sunlight. And I actually love how you can really see that shimmer with the sunlight reflecting off of the flakes. Once that is finished, I proceed to sand down our wood filler. Check that out. I think that came out pretty good. Now I'm also going to get a piece of 400 grit and I'm gonna hit the entire thing super lightly, and I'm gonna sand it by hand because I just want to smooth out the finish. I don't want to smooth off the finish. We're gonna smooth it out and apply a second layer. Okay, I give it a nice good sand down. It feels way smoother now, and I actually really like the feel. And now we're gonna go ahead and give it a second coat. Once everything is complete, this is the final product. If we look closely, you can really see the shimmer in those mica powder flakes, and I think it looks really good. I really like it. Also, you'll notice the box does hold itself together when we hold just the lid of the box. Lastly, when we look at the back, you can see how that final coat really shines on this box. It looks really good. So I think that's going to be it for now. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day.